Yeah, me too. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to learn about something called mashups. Has anyone heard of this besides Brooklyn and Diamond? What are they, Martin? It is pictures put together. So the particular type of mashups that we're going to do today are something called animal mashups. So if you look at something like this, this is kind of what we're doing, but this one is combining like animal parts and food. So some of these are really interesting, and what I want you to start to look at is something like this. What do you notice about the choices that this graphic artist picked in this image? Okay. Right, so one part of it is like this snail and this hippo have real similar colors and textures. So this thing's not furry and neither is this thing. Another important thing, let me take a look at a different one. Alright, something like this shows what I'm looking for really well. So what is similar about the two choices? You have a toad and like a baby crocodile or alligator. Well, they're both reptiles, but there's another thing. So, alright, anyways, good point. So, like, what direction is this body facing and this head facing? Right, and that's actually really important. So when you're picking your objects you're going to combine, you want to think about color and you want to think about direction. You can't really do like a front face alligator and then like a sideways face duck. It'll look really weird when you try to combine things that have different perspective points. So you want to think of the angle of your creature. Alright, so you want to think about color and you want to think about direction. So the way I'm going to search is I'm going to first search by color. So let's search some animals, and I'm going to go to my tool setting, and I'm going to choose color, and let's make a brown animal first. I don't want mashups anymore, because I want to make my own. Alright, we'll start with the lion. So what are we going to combine this lion with? What other animals are this size, or color? Camel. Unicorn. Alright, let's see. So, this cow might not be bad. Maybe. The dog. You know what I kind of like that I saw? Someone did it with like a hedgehog. So it was like a front view one. This is a real animal. They really exist. So I'm looking for one. My line faced what way? Forward. Right. So this one faces forward too. This one might be a good choice. I might need to look at a couple more real quick though. Again, I want something that has like a higher quality image too. So I didn't change my size, so I might switch to large just so I get better picture options. So small. Alright, well, we'll go with the one I got. Alright, so I'm going to open a Photoshop file. Today's file is going to be 12 inches by 12 inches. Yep. Alright, so I got my animal parts over here. I'm going to open them. No, I'm not. Something's wrong with my little file, so I'm going to try to right click and open them. And it's not working either, probably. Let me go get my headshot picture back. I'm going to copy this image and then paste it. Alright, so another way to take pictures into Photoshop is right click on it and copy, and then you can paste it in, Command V. I'm going to do the same thing for my lion. And I believe I have this one. copy image, and then Command V to paste. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this lion's head out, and I'm probably going to use the pen tool just to start really quickly. And I'm just going to do like a rough cut because I'm going to blend the edges with the fluffy eraser. And I don't know how much of this I'll even need. And again, I'm doing like a rough cut. Not trying. Alright, and now I'm going to convert it to a smart object and rasterize it, which most of us know how to do. And then I'm going to hit the delete key to delete my pen line. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a new type of eraser. So if you click and you hold up here, there's like a eraser that has like a fluffy edge right here. So I'm going to size this thing up, make it a little bigger. I want it somewhere in this range. And then I'm also going to turn down the opacity and the flow today. And when I erase this, it's going to slowly erase the picture. So what I'm trying to erase basically is my hard edge line I just cut out. So I got rid of it, but so now I'm just gonna, if I go in one spot and click a bunch of times, it will slowly erase that. Or if I just hold my finger down on the mouse, I can erase this edge slowly like that too. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit, so I want to erase a little faster. Yeah, this is kind of a lot over here. So I really want like this hard line around my picture to disappear. And any background I have back there, I also want gone too. This will make your combination of images easier to blend together. So that's starting to be kind of where I want it. So I'm going to turn on this other picture and zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to begin to kind of put this face over that face, if you will. And Command T. Alright, so that's kind of where I need to be, but again, I'm losing some arm over here, and I'm losing some other parts of this guy, so I'm going to have to kind of work back into this and try to get rid of a little more of this mane, especially by his mouth right here, to try to blend this thing. And I'll probably turn these down even more on this one, just so I can see some of these other parts of him. Now, if you take a look at these two colors, one of these colors is a lot more orange than the other. So this is a little more orange than this brown right here. So another thing you're going to do today is learn to adjust the color of the image. So if you go to Image, Adjustment, and then the two settings I use a lot are Hue and Saturation and Color Balance. So color balance looks like this. And if I'm trying to take out orange, I want to increase orange's complementary color. Does anyone know what orange's complement is? Blue. Tigers, Lakers, Christmas, your compliments. So if I increase the blue a little bit, it's going to take away that orange. And the green too, because it's like in that same family. And you can kind of see like where these colors are getting a lot more similar. The next thing I got to do is you have to combine at least 4 animal parts. So maybe I'm going to try to put something else on this guy. Well, I think I'm going to do like maybe some horns first, actually. So let's Google an animal with horns. Hey, remember what I'm doing this morning, and remember to take some notes, and don't forget what's going on in the classroom. So right-click, copy. And then I'm pasting these horns. I'm going to zoom in and get these things cut out. Now for this one, I'm definitely going to want to use a pen tool. There's a lot of different colors in this. And actually, I'm going to just pen tool this horn out. And I got to do this one. I got to take my time with this one because it's right. I've got to get rid of the animal, and I don't want any of the background either. So this thing is like not a very easy line to trace. You can see it has curves and bumps.
So it's 4 different body parts that you to the animal?
Right, so you got to kind of think about the colors that you choose, the direction of the parts that you pick, stuff like that.
I was doing that in the
I'm going to show you, like, so, if I was gonna cut this picture out, how many horns would I have to cut out? Two, right? So there's a little trick you can do to save time. Yep. So I don't want to really cut two of these out. So I'm gonna
keep the same one.
Yeah, and I mean from this distance and from an animal, it's already gonna look so unusual anyways. I don't think most viewers will know. So I've created my vector mask. I cut it out. I'm gonna right click on it and convert it to a smart object, and then rasterize it, and then delete my line. So here's my horn, and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, a lot of it bigger, and I'm gonna kind of put it in between the lion and the hedgehog. All right, so another way to copy an object in Photoshop. I've taught you 2 ways so far. I've taught you how to use the Option key. I've taught you how to Command C, Command V this morning, right? So another one is take the layer to the new layer window, which makes a copy of it. So that's another way to copy it. All right, so
How you gonna flip it?
edit, transform, flip horizontally. Now it flips it perfectly. It's not like, so if I rotate it like this, it's upside down when I flip it. You know what I mean? So you don't want to do that. You want to really do this with this transform here, and then you can do it vertically for vertical pictures that you're trying to flip. And I'll stick that guy kind of in there. All right. So I need one more part. Me being me, I think all you knew what I would do next. Give him, a tail.
A gorilla chain.
Right, but I also want you guys to look at some of these other ones, because once you have your animal done or whatever, I want you to put your animal in an environment and give your animal a name. All right?
What'd that say?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's it. I like Leonardo DiCaprio better. All right, so I want you to try 5 of these this week. And are there any questions before you guys can go? Yeah. All right. So minimum, I need 6 layers, 4 parts, a name in the background.
Hey, shout out to me.
All right. Do a good job.
You're right.
Yeah. She made it on